Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's WORLDOFZACH here, and I'm back with another video. Today's video is obviously a little bit different, as you can see by the title below or above or wherever you clicked on this video. I'm here to just talk to you guys, get ready with y'all. I'm like in a rush a little bit because I'm going to go see a movie with my friends. But really quick before I jump into like doing my makeup and everything like that and just talking to you guys, I just want to go ahead and say, you know, you should really subscribe to my channel, and I don't know why you already haven't within like the past like what 20 or so seconds. I'm just go ahead and subscribe. I will really appreciate it if you just subscribe, and also get this video a big thumbs up. The more thumbs up I get, it really helps me out and to get this video seen by a lot more people. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat get ready with me and me just talking to you guys and doing all that stuff. So I'm gonna keep it pushing, and also just a heads up, I'm not really gonna be talking about what I'm doing to my face or whatever. I'm just gonna be kind of doing my makeup, but I'll tag everything down below in the description box, and follow me on Instagram at WORLDOFZACH and Snapchat at WORLDOFZACH. I'll have everything on there as well, so you can like see how I got whatever look I'm about to do, because I have no clue. Everybody's been going crazy and whatnot over everything that's been going on over like the social media and the news and all this and that, and people trying to get involved and such and give their 2 cents and be upset one side against the other and everything. And I also see those posts of people just like, what's the point of even talking about it, because everybody's going to forget about it in 2 weeks like it never happened, which is kind of true, and I low-key agree with it, sadly. But basically, like, it's just disgusting to see what's going on. And if you don't know what I'm talking about like what happened in Virginia with like the KKK and all that stuff, and just being mad over this Confederate statue situation being taken down. Like, it's just a whole mess. If you want to read up on it, then feel free to go ahead and do that. But I'm just going to pretty much just get to what I want to talk about, which is racism, basically. I don't think people really realize that, hey, racism is real. It's a real thing, you know, it exists. For those of you who don't know, I'm from Mississippi, so like I'm from obviously like the South and the deep South and a very prejudiced state and whatnot. So I've dealt with racism my entire life, like from as a little kid. And it's not something that like I want to say like I'm used to, but I am used to it. But that doesn't make it okay, and it doesn't make it okay. But it kind of like I'm more aware that it's a thing, and it doesn't shock me when certain things happen. Like now I live in Northern California, where no, I don't see racism as much, but I know that it's still out here. And because, I mean, racism, it doesn't have barriers. It's not just like on one side of like the country or whatever. It's everywhere. This video is about to be all over the place. I already know it, but whatever. So I want to tell like a little story really quick about like this one time, like the first time I ever experienced prejudice or racism or anything like that. So we were in this store called Mississippi Discount Drugs. I was with my mom, and we were in there like just getting stuff, and she was like getting some medication and whatnot and just stuff for the house. And I remember I was playing in the toy section while she was over there doing her thing. Cause I mean, who wants to stand in line? I mean, I know my little bad ass didn't want to stand in line. So I was playing in the toy section. Y'all never forget this. I was playing in the toy section. I saw this like older lady like looking at me, like this really old white lady looking at me. And I remember I was playing like with these glasses, and they were like the ones where like the lenses were already filled in, and it was like either the ones that like poked out, like the eyes fell out, or it was like the hypnotized ones. One of those two. And I was playing with those, like had them on. I remember her just staring at me the whole time. I'm like a little kid, and I'm just like, why is this lady staring at me? But it's whatever. I'm a little kid, so I mean, I'm not like pressed or whatever. I don't think anything of it, like I'm doing something wrong. So then so we're like leaving the store, whatever. My mom like goes to the checkout, and so I meet back up with her. And as we're about to walk out the door, there was like a security guard that worked there. So this is like way back, because they don't even have it anymore. So this was like way back. So I was like walking out of the door, and like the security guy was like, ma'am, we need to like check your son's pockets. And she's like, what? And he was like, we just need to make sure that he doesn't have anything in his pockets, because someone said they saw him taking something. And so my mom, like, she wanted to pop off, because I would have remembered if she had popped off, but she didn't pop off. But she really wanted to pop off, but she trusted me. She knew that I was raised better than that, and like I had no reason to steal. I'm not a thief. I never have been a thief. I never was. Like, it's nothing like that. So she was just like, okay, go ahead, Zach, take out your pockets. Like, take out everything in your pockets. Took out everything in my pockets. There was nothing in there. And so I don't remember what she said, but I just know like it was kind of like at that moment I knew exactly, like I understood what was going on like immediately, which is crazy. As like a little kid, like I knew, I was like, oh, it had to be that old lady who said something. And I remember telling my mom that, like, when we got to the car, like, I think it was that old lady, she was watching me, because I remember her on the phone and my mom on the phone, like, calling my grandmother and, like, the rest of my family, just outraged at what happened, of course. And she was, like, upset with them and not me at all, of course. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. But she was, like, emotional to the point of, like, tears and stuff, because the fact that me, like, being such an innocent kid and that happened, and knowing that she raised me better than that, for me to have to, like, go through something like that just because of, and it may sound crazy, some people might not agree, but that was because I was black. Like, let's be clear. It's simple as that. I was a little black boy in this store, and we lived in a part of Mississippi where it was predominantly white. It was, like, the nice part of Mississippi. So there was, like, a lot of white people there, and I mean, there were black people there too and stuff like that. It wasn't like we were like the only one in the town or something, but it was predominantly white, of course. And so when it happened, it wasn't like a surprise, but it was more so just disgusting and really sad that it happened. And we knew that it was because, yes, of course, because I'm a young black male, like a little kid though, in the store. And I get pretty much racially profiled, I guess you could say. And it was just like a really eye-opening time for me, and I never will forget that. I never have forgotten that. And from then on, like, whenever people like will make jokes about black people going in stores and stuff like that, or like I see it in movies, I'm like, that's like a legit thing, and I've experienced that firsthand. It's disgusting. It's really sad. And have I experienced that like since then? Yes, I have 100%. I've experienced that with groups of people. I've experienced it to where I'm with like, I'm the only black person or a person of a darker skin in a group of people, and I get like, if I separate myself from a group of people, like let's say we're in, I'm not gonna say a store, like let's say we're in the mall and we go to a specific store, and I separate from my group, I'll get followed around and ask like questions like it's nothing, like they're like trying to get fucking employee of the month or something like that, when really it's just because they want to see if I'm going to steal something or something like that, which is, it's kind of like, I don't want to say nothing we can do about it as like being black, because I mean, I don't know. It's like, that's such a tough thing. It's the most annoying thing, getting followed around in a fucking store. Can I just say really quick that it's the most annoying fucking thing, getting followed around a grocery store or wherever, a shopping store or somewhere, because people think that you're gonna steal, like because of your color of your skin. Can I just like give like a PSA real quick? Not all black people steal. Bet you didn't know that, but not all of us steal. And here's another news flash. Everybody steals. Like, as far as like every skin tone, stealing is not just one category, one race, one skin tone. It's like anybody can steal. It's the person. Like, that's with anything in life. Everybody wants to say like, oh, because of this happened, oh, they must have been black. Oh, something that's happened, they must have been black, or whatever. And a lot of times, like when it's put out on media, yes, it is a black person being put out there, but because, I mean, I'm not gonna take it too deep, but I feel like the government wants to keep it that way and make it seem like crime and stuff like that only happens in the black community, when it's not true. Like, it happens to everybody in all communities. So, I mean, let's just keep it real. Like, can we just keep it real and like, I mean, can we just keep it real and realize that crime and stuff like that, can we just keep it real and like kind of come to a realization that crime and all that other BS happens in all communities, to all races and genders and whatnot? Like, it's not always a black male that's murdering somebody. It's sometimes a white female, a fucking Asian female. Like, everybody loses their shit and does crazy stuff or commits crimes. It's not specifically one race. So when we hear things, can we stop saying, oh, they must have been black, or just profiling people? It's the most annoying thing ever. So really quick, let me get back to the whole thing that's been going on in the media with the KKK and all this and that. I'm gonna say this one time for the KKK. We are not our ancestors. We will whoop y'all asses. We will fight back. We will protest. We will go fucking crazy on y'all. Don't ever try it. And let me have somebody in the comments or somebody approach me. Look, I got on my side, baby, but I got these hands too. You know, like, for real, the way the world is going right now, things are looking pretty crazy and, like, hella scary. And I don't know what else people can do besides, like, realize that we're all equal. Like, literally, we're all equal. We're the same thing. Like, we're all created the same. We're all, like, should have the same opportunities to live and be happy and spread love. But I don't agree with fighting fire with fire as far as doing the same thing that somebody, like, the aggressor is doing to you. Like, that's not going to help anything. That's not going to solve anything. It's about love. As corny as that may sound, but I really think that it all comes down to love. And, I mean, call me corny or whatever and say I'm stupid, but that's just where my heart is and where I think that the world needs to be at. Love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Like, I don't think people really understand where we are in the world right now. Like, we are fucking, like, in a badass situation with North Korea. And North Korea isn't our only fucking enemy, yo. We still have people fighting in the Middle East and whatnot. We still have hella shit going on in the world that we need to be worried about and focused on. Over here, we can't even get along because of fucking racial issues and gender issues and sexuality and stuff like that. Why are we still stuck in those things when we're fucking dealing with nukes? I'm just curious, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I the only one that realized that there are fucking nukes pointed at us? And everybody just wants to be like, oh, we're America, we have great air power, this and that. Okay, it doesn't matter, but at the same time, though, everybody wants to, like, just call out the fact that we're American, we have such great air power, this and that, blah, blah. I'm in the Air Force, I understand that, I get it, I do, I promise I do. But can we also shine a light on the fact that we aren't the only ones with great air power and we don't know what everybody's been working on for the past, like, how many years? Like, never underestimate your enemy. That's with anything like that. And so I'm not going to get into the topic of war or whatever. I'm just trying to get to the point, like, the fact, get people to understand that we have other things going on in the world that we need to be together on. We need to be united. We need to understand each other, love each other, accept each other, and at least, like, have respect for one another. Not everybody's gonna like everybody. I get that. Not everybody's gonna be okay with somebody being black or being gay or whatever. But it's more of a thing of, can you have enough respect for that person to accept them for who they are, what they are, and things that they can't really control. Like, I wasn't, like, born with the option. Like, when I came out of my mom, that came out really wrong. But whenever I was born, I didn't get an option card, like, what race do you want to be, or how do you want the color of your skin to look. It didn't, like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really doesn't work like that. I promise you. Like, dear KKK, I promise you, if one of y'all KKK folks are watching this video, I just want y'all to know I didn't choose to be black. I'm proud to be black. I'm proud of it. I own it all day and night, but I didn't choose this. You didn't choose what you are. Nobody chooses what they want to be. The same thing, sexuality and all the other stuff, and gender. I didn't choose to be a male. I love it. Females didn't choose to be females. I'm pretty sure most of them love it. But for somebody to legit hate somebody because of the color of their skin or their gender or whatever is disgusting and absolutely fucking stupid. And I'm sorry I'm cursing a lot in this video, but most of the stuff is just legit really upsetting to me. I want to know what happened in someone's life to make them hate someone just because of who they are, who they choose to be, like what they believe in or everything like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what gives you the right to be aggressive towards someone, to hate someone, to talk negatively towards them or whatever the case may be, just because of something that they don't like about, there's something about them that you don't like, but it's not affecting your life in any way. Like, me being black has nothing to do with you. Me being black and gay has nothing to do with you. In case you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, in case you didn't know, I want you to know. So I'm gonna spill like a little bit of tea real quick. Whenever I was in high school, well, my high school was pretty racist. Like, prejudice as fuck. disclaimer, I was young and naive and I was friends with a lot of these people. Friends. But my high school in Mississippi was very diverse. We had all types of people like working there, going there and everything like that. We had Indians, Chinese, like all the Asians and stuff like that, the Polynesians in the house. We had the mixed people, just the flat out black people. We had just white people. We had all the people. We had foreign exchange students and everything like that. So upon me making friendships and stuff like that, I realized that there were some people who worked at my school who, I don't know, it was kind of I want to say it was a Mississippi thing. So there was this girl there that I was friends with, and I remember being at her house around like prom time, and this black guy asked her to prom, and they were going to go together. And I was there when she told her mom, and her mom, like, I don't know if she didn't know I was there or what, but she was just like, hell no. Like, no, you're not going to prom with him. There's no fucking way I'm allowing that or whatever. And she was like, but you already know him, whatever, whatever. The real tea is that her mom worked at our school. So I was hella shocked to hear that because she works at the school, so that was just kind of crazy for me to hear. And I was just like, I honestly didn't really expect it. Legit, I didn't expect to hear that. But of course I heard it, so I mean, I'm just like, whatever. Not my place to say anything. I don't, like, I'm in these people's house. Like, let me just keep it together real quick. So then, like, I hear her mom, like, going more in depth about it, whatever. They're kind of going back and forth, and she's, like, talking, you know, like, just saying how her grandparents would have a fit and flip their shit if they knew that their granddaughter was going somewhere, like, going to prom with a black dude. Even if they were going as friends and everything like that, because that's all it was like a friendship thing. But my own personal experience, there was a girl that I liked. She probably watches my channel or whatever, but I remember I asked her to homecoming. And yes, I asked her a girl to homecoming, in case you didn't know. Just so you guys know. But anyway, I asked her to homecoming, and she said yes and everything like that. Then she texted me like a few days before homecoming and told me that she was like bold as fuck. She told me that her dad did not want her going to homecoming with a brown boy. Yes, her father didn't want her going to homecoming with a brown boy. Yeah. A brown boy. That wasn't going to happen. Like, she wasn't going to happen. She wasn't going to go to prom with a brown boy. Not going to happen, homeboy. So, I mean, we weren't going to go to homecoming together, whatever. So, also, like, there was, like, I don't know, there was just a lot of things that I noticed, like, later, like, that I look back on and I see there were a lot of friendships to where if you didn't have money, if you weren't, like, if you didn't wear the same clothes as the white people or whatever like that, you weren't really accepted around them, or if you were, then you were, like, that black friend of the group. And I'm being legit honest as fuck. I don't really care whose feelings I hurt, whoever sees this, who I went to school with. It was real. Like, I know that there are some people from my high school who know exactly what I'm talking about, who vibe with everything that I'm saying. They get all that I'm talking about, whatever, and will agree with me. That was the thing back then. A lot of their families weren't that cool with their, like, children dating somebody who was of a different skin color or whatever like that. Like, that type of stuff was still very prevalent, like, where I went to school and, like, where I lived at. Amongst, like, I mean, majority of the people. One of my closest friends, like, she could attest to this better than anybody, that her dating somebody, like, opposite her skin tone wasn't really the most accepted thing by her parents, but also not just her parents, because, okay. And the crazy thing is, though, it wasn't just on, like, the white side. It wasn't just, like, white people not liking their children dating somebody who was black. I knew somebody who I went to school with, and their parents didn't like them dating somebody who was white, which is crazy as hell to me, which is, like, that's kind of, like, even more crazy and even more sad in my opinion. They legit didn't want them, like, their child dating somebody who was white, which is just insane to me, because I was just raised a little bit different to where that type of stuff doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter, which it shouldn't matter. But, like, my parents just raised me to, like, love people for who they are and how they are and everything like that, because that's what really matters about the person. Like, what they Oh, okay, my highlight is not blended, I know that. My parents personally just raised me to love people for who they are and like not the color of their skin or whatever like that. Just to love somebody just out of love. And that's it, because that's all that really matters. And like if they're a good person or not. Not necessarily, not even like necessarily looks, but like just who they are as a person, who, what their, like their spirit and all this and that. That's just how I was raised. I'm literally about to glow in the dark in this damn movie. Okay, one thing I do want you guys to see. I don't know. I'm probably just on here running my mouth, you guys. I know I'm probably just like on here talking crazy and sounding like insane or whatever, and like kind of making no point, but I hope you guys get what I was talking about and took something away from this, took something positive away from this. I'm not trying to shade everybody I went to school with, you know, just a few people. But it's a real, like, it's just a real thing, which is really crazy or whatever, you know, like people, when people meet me and they ask me like, and they ask me where I'm from and I say Mississippi and they're just like, oh, is it? And I'm like, okay, it's exactly what you think it is. It's racist as hell, homophobic. When people ask me like where I'm from and I say Mississippi and they like, and their reaction is like, oh my gosh, or like if they want to ask a question, as soon as they start the question, I just go ahead and interrupt them. I'm just like, it's exactly what you think it is. It's racist as hell, homophobic as fuck, and boring as shit. Because it's true. I mean, I love my state in a way, but it lives up to its name and its history. Mississippi is still very homophobic, very racist, prejudice, and all that stuff, all of the above. And I'm surprised that those riots and stuff like that weren't done in Mississippi. Because Lord knows, when I was home about a year ago, I still saw Confederate flags flying around everywhere. People would put them on their cars, this and that. Just a lot of uneducated or ignorant, uninformed people. A lot of ignorant, uninformed people who don't really care about anybody else, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, took away something from it or whatever. I don't know, learn something or whatever. I look like a clown. So yeah, I'm just gonna end this video here. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this or not, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoy me. Don't forget to check out my previous uploads and everything like that, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Love each other, don't forget it.